U.S. Army. I served 7.5 years. My first deployment was when I was 17. I was in the 82nd Airborne Division. I was sent to Bosnia, Kosovo during the Balkan War. Oddly enough, when I enlisted in as a U.S. Army Cavalry Scout. Go figure, right? I went to U.S. Army Airborne School. That's how I ended up in the 82nd. I also had gone to Ranger School during the process. I became an Army Ranger. After my tour from Bosnia, I tried out for the Army Rangers to be placed specifically in a Ranger Battalion, Ranger Unit. And they allowed me, and I served a little over 2 years in the Army Rangers. Originally stationed out of Benning, and moved me to Florida, and moved me to Italy. From the Rangers, I did Egypt and Sierra Leone for Civil War '99, and the Congo same year, same month, just about the same month, their Civil War. For the Rangers, I went to the Special Forces. I did go to the school. I graduated, and I was selected, and I spent 2 years earning my Green Beret. Amen. I chose a job as a Special Forces medic. I went to war 9/11. I was the first wave in for Afghanistan, and came back in '02, was having some real bad problems, issues we're dealing with over there. Was home here stateside training our U.S. Army Reserve and National Guardsmen to prepare for deployment to Afghanistan, and unfortunately they sent them to Iraq, a whole different type of environment. I was the first wave into Iraq. I found out that I was being medically discharged May of '03. I was put out because of PTSD, spinal cord injury, brain injury, a couple other issues. And I came home. I didn't know what else to do. I had spent the majority of my career in special operations. The Army put me through college, and when I left the Army, I left with 2 bachelor's degrees. Amen. One in criminal justice and one in psychology. So the next part that comes up is I should have known better. Said I didn't know where else to go. I spent my entire career fighting. I went back home to the Neville Reservation where I grew up at. My drinking got very heavy. 19 days out of service, I used violence against another Native American, and I was accused of shooting at this individual. And a year later, I was convicted in federal courts, and I was handed a 10-year sentence for use of a firearm during a crime of violence. Out of my 10 years, I spent 9 years in federal prison. So I do know the hardship that those of you may have relatives, loved ones in prison. When I first went in, I went in as what I thought was a very strong man, a man who used these to define himself. I figured that with what I had done for my country and what I had done with my life, I overexceeded anybody else. But I was still angry. And I fought my first 3 years, and I struggled. So the songs, one of the songs I'm about to sing, it was taught to me by a brother from Montana. He was Arapaho and Lakota. While I was in prison, I adopted the ways of Lakota ways. I picked up the sweat lodging again from there because that's how I grew up in Navajo. I grew up traditional side in that ways. From the costumes of medicine people all the way up through our veterans. You know, so through that is, I really take time to appreciate the brothers, my elders, those who had already been doing 18 years, 20 years for drinking, for fighting. They took their time out of doing their time to tell me, hey, look, so details in, I'll show them. They tell me in the next, look, you need to look here. Please help. Because you have a strong mind. You've done what a lot of people are not able to do. So you need to settle down. You need to put this and this at ease. And from there, I started taking my ceremonies more seriously. But through that, one of the brothers had taught me the song, but when he taught it to me, he asked me, make it your own. Because through song, through this, it's all prayer. The Creator hears it. So, thank you.
Amen.
Himalaya.